Good evening, people. Welcome, everyone. Today, another day, just like from yesterday, we do the daily forecast for gold or XAU USD. And like we discussed yesterday as well, and today we're going to see some of the factors which are very important in order to understand today's market. I want you to of course, once again, I will just try and make these videos as quick as possible as well. However, let's without wasting a lot of time, we see now today the line where we're going to start is of course this particular point of 2652. 2652 being today's point of discussion from where we will keep this as that point above which we will go for buy and below which we will go for sell. How are we supposed to understand this is, let me just place it this way, that in case, like for example, let me just put a middle line, excuse me. Now the market from here 2652, yes, somewhere over here, you can just take it to 651.97 or 2652.40. Okay, let's take this. Okay, now this is the line that we're going to consider. Now what will happen over here is, if you look at the market, if the market well, right now it is above this, correct? So whenever the market is above the point of discussion for the day, that is, which is 2652, okay, what we will do is we will always try and consider buy position. Okay, so we know because we have a target of 2685, right? However, before that, of course, there are a few things. Let me just show it to you into one of our things as well. Now, if you look over here, if the market is going up, we know our first take profit should be around 2668 to 2665. Yeah. Now 2665 is a very good profit area, or 2668. So what we will do is we will just put this across, and we will just check on that as well. Right now, when this thing happens, let's understand this from your point of view. If the market goes up from here, we know that the market will go up to 2668 and then try and give you a testing period back again, okay, to around about 2660, back again, 2663, okay, yeah. And then from here it will go and try and reach 2684. Now before it reaches to 2684, make sure that you do have around about 2675 is where then the market will be stopping by or crossing further, if it is going to be in the bullish trend, which now it is taking, after we see last time that it crossed this particular trend line and it went upside. So this is one thing. Now if the market of course goes below this point of discussion line today of 2652, okay, now this is where the game can change a little bit, because from here your first take profit, oh, I'm so sorry about that. Put it here. Now, let me put it back again. And if the market goes below this point, yeah, so we know our first take profit would be 2640. Now, 2641 to 40 is what the market is going to be. Why I'm saying 2640 is because this was the resistance for yesterday, which we discussed in the video as well, that if it crosses 2640, then it will reach 2650 and above that, right? And going on to, of course, 2666 or 2665 to 2675 and then 2684, right? And so now from here it might just pull back a little, try to retest this thing, but if it is not able to, up to 2645, and then it can just fall down further to 2630 area. Now if it crosses 2630 area, tries to go back from there, okay, and falls down, now that is where it will cross down to 2620 and then further going back to 2612 of our previous the support line. Okay, so this particular factor, if we see, is certainly big enough, correct? And right now the trend is closing on to this part, so it certainly becomes a little more positive for the gold. Now, considering the fact that we do have some important news coming out in the US session at 5:30 for US dollar of unemployment claims, which is going to play a vital role. So, the previous was 217. We are expecting 220. Now, it should be something less than, previous. Of course, the forecast, but if it is less than the previous, then that is when it will give a better impact, which will be positive for USD. However, if it doesn't happen that way, because this seems to be a very difficult, distance to cover. So we see if that is not positive, then we will see gold rising more up high. Now, this is one thing that I would like to know. I would like to tell you is, of course, if you see the news, Ukraine fires new supply Storm Shadow missiles to Russia for the first time, which is a great, great news, right? Now, of course, in the Russia and the US, United States, they are battling for the advantages in Ukraine war ahead of the Trump's return. So that is also one thing which is, there are a lot of things happening, but I think the major reason why you see gold is rising high as well, along with dollar index too. The main reason is the war. So what happens is basically, throughout the day, the chart that we look at, it works technical, correct? Most of the aspects are technical. If you look at the 4-hour sessions too, it's good. It's you understand this technically, and we trade, and that is how it is supposed to be done. However, whenever there is a fundamental which is very, very strong, that is the facts and figures, or any news that is very, very strong, now this is where the market follows the fundamentals more, because that is the impact, that is the sentiment, that is the kind of reaction it requires, and which shows the fluctuation in the market. So this is all for today. The market has already touched 2660. So I would want you to kind of just, look at it, observe it, and see as to where this goes. And accordingly, make your decision. Don't make your decisions in haste, because market is always open 24 hours. It will always give you the positions where to, always try and buy at the dip. Whenever there's a dip, that is where you get the buying confirmation. That is where you buy, and you wait. So even when the market is going on the selling position, always remember that you try and remove your profit as soon as possible. And whenever it is at the bottom line, that's a good buy position, like for example 2620, 2615, or for that matter when it goes below, that 26 between this point as well, even if it touches this point, 2592 or 2600, these are the good buying positions, provided market doesn't cross this. If it doesn't cross this, then you know that you have a long buy position, which is going to stay for a longer period of time, and it's going to give you more amount of profit. Yeah. So that's all. You have a wonderful day. In terms of today's daily forecast of gold session, please like, subscribe, and share if you can. Thank you. You have a wonderful day.